Mayoral candidate will be on the general election ballot despite an attempt to block her candidacy by an ally of current Mayor Tiffany Henyard, who is
a mayoral candidate being challenged. The saga surrounding embattled South suburban politician Tiffany Henyard continues.
Buckle up, because we are diving headfirst into a murky political swamp that will make you question everything you thought you knew about local government. We are talking about Thornton Township, Illinois, and the reign of Tiffany Henyard. Is it a reign of terror or just terrible management? Supervisor Tiffany Henyard has everyone talking, and not in a good way. Prepare to be shocked, scandalized, and perhaps even entertained. This is not your grandmother's town hall meeting, folks. This is a full-blown political cage match, with Henyard in the center ring trading blows with her opponents and facing an FBI investigation that has the entire town buzzing. The latest drama? Henyard has threatened to shut down the whole township government. Yes, you heard that correctly. She is threatening to pull the plug on essential services, leaving seniors without transportation, kids without after-school programs, and potentially hundreds of employees out of work, all because of a petty power struggle.
Mayor Tiffany Henyard was not at the hearing here today. Neither was her attorney, and she was not made available for a comment.
So, what is the issue? It seems that Thornton Township Board meetings have become less about governance and more about a game of political chicken. For the fifth time in recent weeks, a meeting had to be canceled because there were not enough board members present to form a quorum. This is not some accidental oversight. It is a calculated move by trustees who are determined to block Henyard from making key appointments. They accuse her of financial mismanagement, using taxpayer money for lavish trips and personal enrichment, and generally running the township into the ground. They are not wrong. The FBI is actively investigating her, and the township is facing a massive financial deficit. Henyard, however, paints a different picture. She claims the trustees are trying to sabotage her, undermine her authority, and seize control of the township for their own selfish gain. She argues that the refusal to attend meetings is a deliberate tactic to prevent her from appointing a new trustee, a move that would give her a crucial tie-breaking vote. Henyard frames herself as a champion of the people, fighting against a corrupt establishment. The stakes are incredibly high. Her threat to shut down the township is not an empty one. She has warned that without a functioning board, the township will not be able to renew its insurance, leading to the complete cessation of operations. This means no more senior transportation, no more food assistance programs, no more after-school activities for children, and potential layoffs for over 100 township employees, many of whom are already struggling to make ends meet. It is a bold move, a high-stakes gamble, and Henyard is playing it.
Again, no comment from Mayor Tiffany Henyard. Voters here will first head to the polls in February for the primary election, then the general mayoral election.
It is not just the township's finances that are in turmoil. Henyard's political future is hanging by a thread. She has already been booted off the ballot for Thornton Township Supervisor in a rare Democratic caucus vote. Henyard claims the caucus was rigged, alleging that her supporters were locked out of the venue while supporters of her opponent, State Senator Napoleon Harris, were allowed inside. She has filed multiple lawsuits alleging voter suppression and demanding a redo of the caucus. Meanwhile, her allies have been busy removing some of her challengers from the ballot, creating a chaotic and highly contested electoral landscape.
Fights in Thornton Township and in Dalton. Except in one case, Tiffany Henyard wants on a ballot, while in another, a Henyard ally was looking to keep her opponent off.
The situation is further complicated by the ongoing FBI investigation into Henyard's finances. Subpoenas have been issued to Henyard herself, her political committee, her cancer charity, yes, really, her boyfriend, relatives, trustees, and even her defunct burger business. The allegations of mismanagement and misspending are serious, and the FBI is digging deep. Henyard denies any wrongdoing, but the evidence against her is mounting. However, the drama extends beyond the township boardroom. Henyard is also the mayor of Dalton, Illinois, where her time in office has been equally tumultuous. She faces fierce opposition from within her own village, with senior trustee Jason House launching a mayoral campaign to unseat her. House accuses Henyard of financial mismanagement and creating a climate of fear and intimidation within the village government. He is promising ethics reform and a return to responsible governance.
Manipulation. Nobody likes being manipulated, and when you get here, you know that's exactly what's happening.
The situation in Dalton mirrors the chaos in Thornton Township. Meetings are contentious, accusations fly, and lawsuits are piling up. Ever defiant, Henyard insists she is doing what is best for the people and fighting against the corrupt establishment. Her critics, however, paint a very different picture, that of a self-serving politician clinging to power regardless of the cost. Now, let us hear what the internet is saying. The YouTube comments section is a goldmine of opinions ranging from outrage to amusement. One commenter wrote, "This is maddening. Henyard has no respect, therefore deserves no respect." Another, clearly fed up with the ongoing drama, stated, "She needs to grow up and step down. Her time in office has been a disaster." These comments reflect a widespread sentiment of frustration and disillusionment among the residents of Thornton Township and Dalton. They are tired of the constant infighting, accusations, and uncertainty surrounding the future of their communities.
Well, she's one of the most recognizable faces that's been on the news lately. I'm talking about the mayor of Dalton, Tiffany Henyard.
And all of social media.
The situation is further complicated by the fact that Henyard is not just facing opposition from within her own party. Rumors are swirling about secret alliances and backroom deals, with whispers of rival factions vying for control. Some speculate that the ongoing FBI investigation is being used as a political weapon, a way to discredit Henyard and her allies. Others believe the entire situation is a smokescreen, a distraction from even more serious wrongdoing. The truth, as usual, remains elusive. Adding to the intrigue, there are reports of anonymous tips and leaked documents surfacing, further fueling speculation about Henyard's alleged misdeeds. If authentic, these documents could reveal a pattern of corruption and abuse of power that extends far beyond the initial allegations. While the information is currently being investigated, its authenticity remains unconfirmed. However, the mere existence of these rumors is enough to further destabilize the already fragile political landscape.
Has this surprised you, how much the viewership has gravitated towards this woman? Like, people from all over the world are talking about.
Meanwhile, Henyard's supporters remain fiercely loyal, defending her against accusations of wrongdoing and portraying her as a victim of a political witch hunt. They argue that the opposition is driven by personal vendettas and a desire to seize power, not by genuine concern for the well-being of the community. Her supporters point to Henyard's accomplishments during her time in office, highlighting initiatives that have benefited residents of both Thornton Township and Dalton. The narrative is becoming increasingly complex, with competing stories and conflicting accounts of events. The legal battles are far from over. Henyard's lawsuits are still pending, and the outcomes remain uncertain. Her opponents are fighting back just as fiercely, filing countersuits and challenging her claims. The legal wrangling is likely to continue for months, if not years, further delaying any resolution to the crisis and prolonging the uncertainty for the residents of these communities.
Friday, but was met by this sign.
Okay, here I am, and they disappeared now.
Beyond the legal battles, the political fallout is already being felt. Henyard's reputation has been severely tarnished, and her ability to govern effectively has been significantly compromised. The constant infighting and accusations are eroding public trust, making it increasingly difficult to address the pressing needs of the community. The situation is a textbook example of how political dysfunction can derail even the most well-intentioned efforts at governance. Adding another layer to this complex saga is the role of the media. Local news outlets are closely following the unfolding events, reporting on the various legal battles, accusations, and counter-accusations. National media outlets have also taken notice, further amplifying the story and contributing to the public perception of Henyard and her administration. The constant media coverage adds to the pressure on Henyard, making it even more difficult to navigate this political minefield.
Our hesitation is that if there's a person in there that will just say yes to everything, I mean, it will set us back.
The situation in Thornton Township and Dalton serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked power, political ambition, and the corrosive effects of partisan conflict. The residents of these communities are caught in the crossfire, suffering the consequences of a political battle that shows no signs of abating. The question remains, will the community be able to heal from this political trauma, or will the scars of this conflict linger for years to come? The future remains uncertain, and the drama continues. The situation is a perfect storm of political infighting, financial mismanagement, and FBI scrutiny. It is a spectacle that has captivated the attention of the entire region, and it is far from over. Henyard's threat to shut down the township government is a desperate, high-stakes gamble, but it highlights the deep divisions and distrust that have plagued Thornton Township for years. The question is, Will she follow through on her threat? And if she does, what will be the consequences? Will the residents rise up and demand her resignation, or will she somehow manage to weather this storm and cling to power?
We were in Thornton Township today, and that main building was locked. No one was answering the main phone lines, and some services that are offered there are for electric and heating for low-income homes.
The ongoing legal battles, the FBI investigation, and the deep-seated political divisions within both Thornton Township and Dalton make this a story that continues to captivate and concern. It is a chaotic and messy situation, and the residents of these communities deserve far better than the dysfunction they are currently experiencing. The key question remains, will Tiffany Henyard's actions ultimately serve the people she claims to represent, or will they only further destabilize communities already grappling with significant challenges? As tensions rise and the stakes grow higher, only time will reveal the true impact of her decisions. In the meantime, let us know your thoughts on this unfolding political soap opera in the comments below. Do you see a path forward for these communities, or do you think this conflict will only escalate further? We value your insights and encourage you to join the conversation. Do not forget to like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to the channel for more updates as this drama continues to unfold. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the latest developments.